All right, it's time for another edition of One on One. Wow, my name is Titi Oyinsan. It's a pleasure being your host once again. And today's conversation is an interesting one. We want to dig deep into um, the event planning industry. And we have a really interesting young lady who's been making things happen. She's very colorful, very energetic. She loves what she does. And it was a really great idea of one of my team members to have a conversation with her. Now, she is Mosunmola Beatrice Dallas. She's an event planner, decorator, multifaceted entrepreneur. And now, as the world becomes increasingly connected when it comes to experiences, they are beginning to take center stage. The event planning industry is it's really evolved. It's $1 billion industry, and it's said that in Lagos there's a wedding every Saturday in almost every event center. What was once about simple logistics and finding a venue and maybe booking a band is way more huge right now. It's about coordinating vendors. It's an art form that blends creativity, technology, and of course strategy. And when you find young people like this doing it and doing it well, it's always a great thing to have a conversation with them. Musumola Beatrice is dedicated to excellence and creativity, and she started out as a microbiologist. She's also a baker. She was a science lab instructor and counselor, and then decided to go into the events industry. It's an interesting journey. I'm really interested in hearing more about this journey. Welcome to One on One, Mosu.
Yeah, good evening.
How are you doing, Mosu?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, so you need to let us know how this journey began. From your profile that I have here, I'm like, okay, microbiology, you bake and you do events. Was this all out of necessity, or was it because you had always wanted to go into events? You need to let us know how your story begins.
Okay, I have BS in microbiology, and after that, because I happen to grow from the Jebu part of Yoruba land, and as we all know, that Ijebu people they love party. So right from onset, so right from childhood, I love parties, and most times the more I grow up, I try my best to make things happen, and even my parents and my friends they call me Amuludun. So I love to see things happen. I love to plan for people, even without charging, without asking for a dime. So it's what I love doing. I
Mm.
love doing that. So as time goes on, after I got married, I planned my wedding myself,
Oh,
and
interesting.
yeah, I planned my wedding myself, and I signed up for a decorator. That's AC. That's OK's events.
Hmm.
After that, the what will I call it? The whole thing that happened on my wedding day, it triggers something in me that yes, I can. If I can do this for myself, I can also, because whenever I look back, I watch the video, I always feel fulfilled. So I was like, okay, if I can do this for myself, then I can also make people's dream event, come to reality and all. So yeah, so I reach out to the decorator that's OK's events, Mr. Femi
Mm.
by name, and I told him that, oh, I'd like to learn decoration, I'd like to go into the event industry if you don't mind this and that. And you know, God so good, he embraced the idea and he asked me to come and learn for free.
To learn
So
for free.
yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you were
So
like was it like an apprenticeship kind of thing, like an internship? What were the key things you learned from him?
yeah, I learned apprenticeship, and you
Mm.
know and as time goes on, whenever there's an event, he will always tell me to join the team to learn.
How
So,
many
and
years ago was this? How many years ago was this?
that should be 4 years. Yeah, 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago, because I
3 years
remember I just
ago.
had my baby. Yeah, three
Oh.
years ago, I just had my baby. And as I was learning, jobs were coming in for me,
Mm.
from
Mm.
friends, from
Yeah.
families. Oh, yeah, I love your wedding. What happened? Those things, those
Yeah.
paparazzi. You understand? So they told me, "Go, can you do this for me?" I planned my sister's wedding. Even my friends reach out to me and the likes. So as I was learning, at the same time, I was putting it into practice. On the other hand,
Mm.
so stuff like that. So I started getting jobs. I will meet with my yeah, that's my
Hey.
wedding picture. Yeah, that's my wedding picture.
Your wedding picture. Oh, this is lovely. I love this. This is cute. Now, this is on her Instagram page for those who are wondering. This is Mosunmola's Instagram page. It's called Midday Events. I didn't mention that before. She is the CEO of Midday Events. And as you can see, that is such a cute picture. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let me see if I
Thank
can go
you.
out of that page and see other things you've worked on. Let me see. What event was this? This is looks like a 30th birthday. Is that, am I right?
Yeah.
A 30th birthday, right? Okay, let me see if I can increase the screen a little. Okay. All right. So you know how Instagram has funny shapes for their images. So this is a birthday dinner setup that you did here. And so when it comes to event planning, do you see yourself more as a decorator or do you see yourself as a planner? Talk to me.
Yeah. Actually, to be honest, I work as both,
Mm.
but most times there's I love seeing things being organized,
Mm.
being tidy and the likes. So it works hand in hand, you understand? So sometimes, like, there was a wedding I planned. So that's first event. I think the picture is there. So that was the first event I planned and I also decorated. So it was a workload on me, but at the
Mm.
same time I felt fulfilled because the clients, they were happy because they told me, oh, they needed someone to plan the event. But so when they saw the enthusiasm in me, trying to give them different kind of ideas, can we do this? Can we do that? Yeah, let's put this content here. This is going
Yeah.
to wow the audience, the attendees that they likes. So like, yeah, you can do this for us now. Yeah, I say, yeah, sure. So before you know it, they gave me the job for me to plan the event and also to decorate. So it
I'm
was
think,
actually
I'm thinking about from there was always that concern about the industry at some point, that it was getting a bit too elaborate. It was getting too large, too expensive for people to have events. The economy was dragging, and there's some particular periods of the year that things are so crazy expensive, especially around November, December, even Easter period. How were you able to manage and balance all this? Because I know there were probably a lot of clients that probably couldn't afford services at some point in time.
one thing about events is that event planners and decorator, they can always work based on your budget. You understand? They can always work based on your budget. What you just need to do is just to tell them your budget, and at the same time they will work around your budget. So that's what we do. And we have some funny clients, they will tell you, yes, I want this, I want that, this is my budget. And by the time they itemize all the things they are expecting in their event, it's not even up to what they are willing to pay. So I always advise clients, and sometimes I turn down events, when I know that okay, what this person is actually expecting is way below his or her budget. I'll tell them, okay, this is this. If okay, this is the package your money can go for. And if they'll be like, no, 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 I want, and I'm some kind can be so troublesome. They will tell you, okay, don't. Then they will tell you on the event, they will tell you, but we talk about this, but we talk about that. What about this? What about that? So most times, whenever I try to read the kind of person, the personality of my client, and
Mm.
once I tell, okay, this is what your fee can cover, and he or she tried to, okay, so I try to sense if this person is trying to pull my legs or trying to I don't know, toy with my brain. And on the day of the event, people won't the attendees, they won't really know
Mm.
how much the person drops for the whole thing to happen, but they
Sure,
won't be
sure.
there. And you say on the event day, you see most of the attendees, they'll start blaming you. They'll tell you, but they said this and that, but they said this, but you said this, the person said, why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing that? So most of it's always overwhelming. And sometimes when I was growing up, I always reach out to my boss, that's Mr. Femi, CEO of Orchid events. So that this and that. So he always encourage me. That's how clients behave. So you need to learn, you need to do this, you need to know more about the industry. So I really, really appreciate him for that, because he really mentored me a lot, and he put me through so many things, and which I know that, yes, I know I can also impart to people, that if you can't, the budget of the clients cannot cover for those things they are demanding for, is better you tone it down than for
Mm,
you to be embarrassed on the event day. Yeah, because they will be like, oh, she's an amateur, she doesn't know what she's doing, without knowing
mm.
the background discussion between you and
Yeah,
the
sure.
client. And if you are not good with your games, it can actually hinder so many referrals and the likes.
I
So
was
I
actually going to talk about that because it feels like you're working in an industry that is based on referrals, not really based on how much social media work you're doing. For instance, these
I
are
know,
beautiful
right?
pictures on social media right now, really well taken, and they look like, um, what's the word? Um, they're not crazy budget events you're working with. They're average budget events you're working with,
Mhm.
but in the end, they look so beautiful and so colorful,
Beautiful.
right?
I
So
know,
that
right?
now leads me to your target audience. Did you have a sector of society in mind when you started doing these events? Were there particular people you were targeting? Were there particular types of events you said you were not going to ever do, or the types that you were always going to do? Is it more of weddings and birthdays for you? Is it more of the corporate? Let's understand your direction with your events.
Yeah, actually, I'm open to all events. Yeah, because as a events planner and also decorator, you must not be stereotype. You must be open to all forms of events, because you don't know which one, will actually make pave way for you. So I'm open to all kinds of events. And yeah, I'm open to all kinds of events. My target audience, because most of my friends, most of them, they are not married yet. So, so I'm also looking forward to planning their events as well, their weddings. I love weddings because I believe, yeah, it's a good thing. So even birthdays, I'm open to all kinds of events. Yeah, I remember 2 years ago, yeah, I planned a corporate event. Yeah,
Mm,
Interdeck. I don't know about the yeah. So I planned their end of the year party, get together. Yeah. So it was actually
mm.
a corporate event. So
Oh,
even after decorating the whole place, so even the workers, they were like, madam, you try, we don't even recognize our compound again, or this and that. So I'm open
yeah.
to all kinds of events. And I think the company was owned by Indians.
Oh,
So
interesting.
yes, yeah, it was owned by Indians. And the company just a normal compound, a warehouse. And
Yeah.
yeah, so we tried
Okay.
to change the
You
whole thing and
transformed it. You transformed that
transform.
warehouse. I'm hoping
Yes.
I can find a picture of that somewhere here as well. Is there any picture of that here? No, there's not
No,
online. But
it's not there.
I would suggest you find a photo of that and put it out there because those are the
All
kinds
right.
of things that people like to hear.
All right.
So I've been thinking a lot about how interesting event planners are because okay, so for the average birthday party you end up staying there overnight, the night before, to set the place up.
Mm.
You also have challenges managing vendors. How have you been able to manage all these hurdles?
Actually, I told you when I started, I had a baby. So when I was learning, I had a baby. So most times I go to the events, like I go to the venue with my baby. We walk overnight. So thank God I have a darling husband that believes in me, and he really wants me to excel in this industry. So it permits me to go for the overnight jobs and the likes. So adding vendors, yeah. So I have reliable vendors. I have couple of them that I know, yes, that once I tell them, okay, let's do this, let's do that, they, they delivered. So I have couple of them, and I'm still looking forward to, like, working with some other people which, and I can, like Tessie Olobe, yeah, she's a caterer, yeah. So she's very, very reliable. Yeah, she works with me. Devio Photos, yeah, I have couple of them that
So
works
there's
with
some
me.
key people that are essential for your events to happen. Who are those key people, key vendors that are essential for every single event that you keep going back to?
Ah, yes, so caterer.
You've already called one caterer's name, but I've heard that you can't ever have just one caterer for your events.
Yeah, even Gusin, yeah,
Oh,
she's
but
a young lady.
okay,
Gilsin, yeah, is a Chinese
I'm
name.
not
Yeah.
sure if you heard me. I'm not sure if you heard my question earlier, but
Okay,
what I
what's
was
the
asking
question?
was if there are some essential vendors that you always have to have, and then of course if, for instance, you, how do I put it? Um, oh wow, sorry, 1 second. Before I go and record over my audio. All right. Yeah. So I was talking a bit about those essential vendors you need, but then they say that
Okay.
you have to always have more than one
Yeah,
in
I
your
know,
back
right?
pocket.
Yeah.
Why is
Yes.
that? Talk to me.
Yeah, because these vendors as well. Now as Nigerians, if you're not available for something, or if you're not going to be available, they won't tell you, "Oh, I'm fixed up for
Mm,
so event, so I might not be available." I love honesty, but Nigerians, they won't tell you, "Oh, I'm fixed up. I won't be able to do this. Can I recommend someone else for you?" Rather, yes, I can do it. Whereas they know that with that short space of time, they can't really events, So what they just do, they rather give it to some sort of set of caterers. Like, let's use caterers as an example, and what they will bring is different from what you're expecting. So it's better
mm,
you have like more than one vendor that okay, yes, I trust this person, she's going to deliver. So than for you to stick to one vendor, and at the end of everything, the person will mess you up. So it's better you have more than one vendor to cover. Like, yeah, I think an incident happened some times ago regarding a what's it called, videographer. So yeah, so I have those the photographer that works for me, and I told him, okay, yeah, I will need a videographer that is very, very good, that can cover this event for me. And I was like, yes, it does videography too. I was like, are you sure? Because I know it to be a photographer. So when he turned out to be a videographer as well, they're like, yes, he can do it. He has been doing that. Yeah, he has some boys that works for, and they're very good, this and that. So he collected a job for me. And funny enough, funny enough, after I trusted him, and I gave him the job.
yeah,
On
sure.
that very day, I saw some new faces I've not seen before. So I believe he that's going to deliver. And I did it after the event. 1 week, guy, where's the video now? Where's the flash? Second week, this is story that yeah, your distance. I'll send it to that. Third day, the same thing. Like the third week, the same thing. So I got
Mm,
upset. So I got upset. I was like, guy, are you toying on my emotion? Like, the client is
mm,
asking for video before
yeah,
you know it.
yeah,
You
yeah.
had to open up that something, something. Okay, let me
Mm.
see what really happened with the video. I would like to see it. Like, just deliver the video. Even if it's not good, let me see it. So by
Did
the
he
time
bring it? Did he bring it?
the flash, by the time I put it on the TV to watch, like the whole screen, I, I didn't even know what to say concerning the video. It was like they poured oil on the screen, and it covered, like, it was really a mess. So I had to call the what's it called, the
Fine.
clients, to explain that,
Wow.
oh, this and that. And unfortunately for me, I still have some cash with the clients. And I was the one
Wow.
that bared because I was still growing. Like I really go through like what's all this? Ever since then, I don't just stick
Wow.
to one vendor.
One
I have
vendor.
numerous. I've seen their jobs
Good.
and I know they're reliable.
Wow. 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 Ah. Oh, I can't even imagine what that phone call with that client would be like. I can only imagine if it was my
Seriously.
event. I don't know. But it's so interesting that the way the industry has grown, it felt at some point that it was getting a little bit saturated. There were a few very high demand event planners, and then there were some that were just getting smaller gigs here and there. But it did feel like there was a lot of saturation, a lot of competition. Have you ever been worried about competition in this particular industry, or have you been more focused on collaboration and networking?
As an event person, number one, you need to collaborate, you need to network, and at the same time, you need to be you need to pick up your A games. Because I talk about collaboration. I remember an event that I planned, yeah, on the Highland. It's a Caro program. Yeah. So I need to collaborate with my boss because the clients, what they are expecting, because of my stature, I have this small stature. They believe, oh, now she's an upcoming person. She's small and the likes. So the client told me that, please can you just bring in someone that is huge, there's someone that looks more matured. Can you just please bring the person in? Because if I introduce them to the believe you, maybe you can't do it, blah 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 blah. So I collaborated with my boss. I told him, "Oh, Mr. Femi, please can you do this for me?" And then I was pregnant, so I told him that, please can you collaborate with me? I have a vendors meeting. Can we go together? Probably maybe when you see you, because they might feel like, oh, she's pregnant, she can't really walk. So yeah, we went there together, we collaborated. So he stood in for me, like, okay, we are working together like a colleague. So we got the job, and it was really a very big carol party. Yeah. So we got the jobs, got so good, we got the job. So collaboration, can't really do without collaboration, because some people will tell you, I have not heard about you before, I guess you are new, this and that. So they prefer to give the job to a pronounced and people that are already on the,
Mm.
yeah. So they believe, yeah, they will deliver without even trying to
Yeah,
be those that are just upcoming. So you can't do without collaboration if you're an
yeah,
upcoming event planner.
yeah, yeah. All right, now I'm watching one of your videos here, and this is such a cute proposal dinner, right? Proposal
Yes.
dinner.
Yeah.
You did this. How long ago was this? How long ago was this?
This should be 2 years ago. Yeah. It's actually a
Oh, this,
collaboration picture
it's a what?
video. Yeah. It's a
Oh,
collaboration event with my
oh,
boss.
this is really lovely, really lovely, very, very cute. I'm looking at all your work, and I'm also looking at your stature, and I'm understanding what they were saying. Like, you did all this, okay, all right. I'm still going through your page and having a field day. I love watching videos of events because it's something I've always loved. I've always loved the idea of putting together events, and then the joy that people have when they see these events come to pass. But it's also delicate because some events have some really interesting characters. Like I'll say for weddings now, you have issues with different families having different wants and needs, and the tension can be very heavy, very
Right.
high. How are you able to manage these personalities, these clients, especially with your small stature?
Yeah, I might look small, but I'm very, very active, and I believe in what I want, and I go for whatsoever thing I want. Yeah. So I might be small, but when you see me work, me delivering, you won't even know that. Even when I was pregnant, I was 8 months pregnant. Yeah, and I went for an event all night. I work all night. Even this person I went with, the person I invited to go with me, she's also a decorator, she was like, please, can you rest? Even me that I'm not even pregnant, safe. I know how many times I've rested. Please, can you rest? I said, I'm not going to rest until this work is done. I climbed ladders even when I was pregnant, I am such a, I don't want my husband to hear this. But the energy, the energy is just there for me because it's what I love. It's what I love. I love to see things like being tidy. I love to tidy up things. I love to see beautiful things and lights. So that's just the
Yeah.
drive. That's my motive. So I don't care. I don't rest until things is done. That's me.
Now, so I want to hear from you some advice for other upcoming decorators, event planners that maybe they've tried, they've hustled, and they're not really sure what to do next. Maybe they've not been making it so far. Maybe they've been having some challenges, getting off the ground. What sort of advice do you have for them on what they can do better?
Okay. First of all, what my advice is they should just keep, because me, I'm still pushing because I'm not there yet. And I believe I'm going to get there. So I'm still pushing hard. So what I was just saying, not to give up. There are a lot of discouraging words that they will get from clients. There are a lot of demeaning words. There are a lot of like there are a lot of things that will weigh them down in this industry, especially for we that are just coming up. But they shouldn't give up. They should keep pressing forward. They will get there. And another thing is that we should never be stereotyped. Because I said we because I'm still yeah, I'm still I won't say I'm there. I'm not there yet, but I believe I'm going to get there. Because I have so many people in the industry that I'm looking up to, that I'm praying that yes, I'm going to get to that level, and by God I'm going to supersede that level. So the other of the meaning was they shouldn't look at that. And because there was something that happened, let me chip in this, please pardon me. So there was something that happened last year, December, you know. So someone gave me this job and she was like, ah, this event, people that are coming there of high caliber, this and this, seeing you because you have the small, they believe you don't have the energy, you can't do it, but not knowing that yes, you have good profile, that she believes in me because she have seen my work, this and that she'll bring in somebody. So I brought in my boss, that Mr. Femi, we got the job. So on that very day, after I remember I said I was pregnant then. God, I didn't sleep all through. We were working, and the guys that are supposed to work because I can't really climb ladders for long
Of
to
course,
be
of
yes,
course,
doing all
of
those
course.
things. So I brought in some guys, and that very day, that night, those guys number one, they came late. So when they came, I said nobody's resting. Let's get to work. I didn't even
Mm.
eat. Nobody's eating. We need to work until we finished. So before you know it, those guys they just disappeared all of a sudden.
Wow,
Yeah, like I
wow.
think maybe they were tired. They went to rest.
Mm.
Myself and the other female decorator that I went with, we were
Wow,
up and doing all through.
wow.
So the following day, so we could not really meet up. So just some few for us to just clear the whole thing and make arrangement because we are done. So those guys we couldn't get the guys and the people they were like, okay, yeah, can we just fix this? Can we just put this here, this and that and that and that?
Yeah.
Those guys were not, and I was pregnant. So before the event planner gave me the job, she just picked up things from nothing. She was like, she was just panicking. She just brought up this tension out of
Yeah.
nowhere. There's no tension for me. We are done. She was like, oh, this and that. She's regretting. She was just crying. She was crying. She was saying also of the meaning words to me. And
Mm.
with my condition. So people like even the church, when they just came, like the attendees just came to me. They told me, "We love your job. You did a perfect job." I'm going to post the picture this night. The picture of the event. I'm going to post it on my Instagram page this night. So
Wow.
the people they attended just came. They said, "Oh, this decoration is so beautiful. Is this is that? I don't mind her. She's just picking up, like she's just being dramatic. That this is that." People were coming, like a lot of people were coming to me, and they even collected my number. At some
Wow.
point I was down because the way she was behaving, she was crying, she was saying all sort of words. But I didn't say anything. I was just like, okay, I'm sorry. That I'm sorry.
Oh,
Even a
oh,
friend had to come to me and told me that, please just calm down. You did a very wonderful job. You remember you are pregnant. Just calm down, this and that. You know, after the
okay.
whole thing, I
Mosu,
still got jobs. I still got referral from those people.
from that
So
particular
what I
event.
want to tell them, yeah, what I want to tell them, the upcoming ones that they shouldn't give up. There are a lot of discouragement from everywhere, from right, left, and center. They should just remain focused. Fine, if they might not be doing it right now, or people might be saying, "Oh, it's not right yet," but I believe there will always be a right time.
Amen to
Do
that.
something
Amen
like
to
that.
that. Mosu, we've been at this for about 30 minutes now. We have to wrap it up, and I know you have other things you need to get to as well. Probably have an event that's coming up this weekend or sometime soon. But I
Yeah,
want to thank you for talking to us and telling us your story. Your Instagram page is very colorful. Your work is
thank you
really, it
so
speaks
much.
for you. It speaks for you, and I have a feeling we're going to be working together sometime soon. Just make sure you reach out to
Amen.
me, maybe
All
via
right.
Instagram, online, and let us know how we can work together. And I know there are quite a few people watching online right now. I would love it if they could give you some applause, some positive emojis as they come in. All right, then. Now I have to wrap it up with you, Mosun. But please stay in touch and good luck with everything you do.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Her energy is so infectious, so positive. I love talking to amazing young people like Mosun, who are on a journey. They're young entrepreneurs working in Nigeria, and they're working in industries that are making a space for them. Right now, she's found her calling. She actually left microbiology to do this. She was a microbiologist and also a baker and a skilled lab instructor. And she said, you know what? No, I'm going into events, and started doing what she actually was passionate about. And that is the story with so many amazing young people today. And she's locked in with this particular industry, and she's having a great time doing what she loves. Hopefully, you listening and watching right now will find something you love to do as well. If you'd like to be part of One on One, just send us an email and let's find a slot for you. I'd love to have a conversation with you sometime soon. It's really easy. All you have to do is send us an email. That's Dynamite Podcast Network at gmail.com. Dynamite Podcast Network at gmail.com. And we will get back to you. Until I come your way again next time, once again, my name is Titi Oyinsan.